Hi, my name is Larry Dillon. Welcome to our podcast. This is our first podcast. We've had a lot of demand from people who, especially in this marketplace and the challenges of this marketplace, it's hard to hire inside sales reps. It's hard to work leads. What's the best practices? So I'm going to be sharing with you on a weekly basis different tips and ideas and stories that'll help you dominate your marketplace. And it's so easy to um, outmaneuver or outwork the competition that if you take just a few steps with each lead, and if you approach every lead that comes into your company, whether it's a web lead, a call in, or a lead from Wendover, if you take these simple steps, you will put yourself so much farther ahead of your competition. Um, the average company gives themselves a failing grade when you ask them your ability to consistently convert leads into appointments. We've done this over and over again. We ask them to grade themselves on a scale of 1 to 100. The average score for companies large, medium, and small is 58, a failing grade, 58 out of 100. So what are the things that we need to do? How do we approach leads? First off, it is very difficult to approach a company, even if they're interested in your product or service. As you guys know, if they're moving their office, they're in hell. They're dealing with a lot of different things, and you're probably calling them at the wrong time. Just to put it into perspective, we've worked with thousands of inside sales reps, and we can tell you who the best ones are because they have the highest conversion rates. Um, and out of the thousands of inside sales reps that we've worked with and sales reps around the world, all different industries, there are only 10 that are really good. There's only 10 that we've met that can take a lead, get on the phone, get that person to stop doing what they're doing, develop an instant rapport, get them relaxed to the point that they would start to tell them the truth. That's very, very rare. Those people, you'll never hire them because their employers are never going to let them go. Very difficult, especially in these days, to find people that will even call into a lead, even company, even if you call into companies, we've done research where we've called 100 movers, furniture, telecom companies. We've done this over and over again, where we call and say, "Hey, look, I'm the facilities manager for a 50-person law firm. I need a quote for movers or furniture or telecom. Take a guess what percentage of those companies actually call back once." The sad part is only 40% made that call back. So typically in different times, it might range from 40 to 50%. But the second call, when they were greeted, so we do this test, it goes to an individual phone, and the receptionist answers and says, "Oh, I know Mr. Jones is looking, forward to talking to you. Call back tomorrow at 2:00." Only half of those companies will make the second phone call, and only half of those will make the third phone call. So people are really terrible at following up on leads. And listen, you know that from trying to hire people. We've tried to hire people to do electrical services or contracting or different services that we need to run our business, and trying to get a salesperson to call you back is a nightmare. Now, that's your advantage. So I'm going to tell you how to take advantage of that and what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So the first thing is, unless you're super comfortable making cold calls, you have to be very careful on that first phone call. That first phone call is almost a throwaway. And if you're calling into our leads, the last thing that you want to do is ask them, "Are you moving the office?" The best telemarketers in the world are inside sales reps. Never do that. They try to develop a rapport first. So forget that. You don't have to. It doesn't matter. The thing is that if you push them to that point, and our research indicates this, and I'll tell you why in a second, that 80% of the time they're going to lie to you. How do we know this? we get people that call us up and say, hey, we called this company. They said they weren't moving. Now, we had 2 recordings before that, like within weeks, where they told us they were definitely moving. Then they told our client they weren't moving. We call back and they tell us, and again, it's recorded, that they're definitely moving. So if you want to get a false negative, so it's about 80-90% of the time, the prospect lies to them. So just take a deep breath. The customer is under no obligation to tell you the truth. So you want to be very careful how you speak to the prospect. So instead of saying, I know you're moving, I want to give you a bid, especially if you're uncomfortable, just take this approach. All you need to do is to tell them why you're calling, what you do, where you're located, and what problem you solve. That's it. So I'm going to go through how to do that. But especially today, what you want to do before you make that phone call is take a few moments to do pre-call planning. The best reps in the world do pre-call planning. That's probably the top 1 or 2%. So if you want to separate yourself instantaneously from 99% of your competition, just do the following. So I went and pulled a random lead. And when I tell you it's a random lead, it was a random lead that I pulled from Tampa. It was Foley Partners LLP. So what I did is I just went to their website to try to get some more information about them. So I looked at this, and right on the About Us page, it says that they have 1,100 lawyers across 25 offices. Okay, this could be a huge opportunity. If you're a mover and you have a network of other companies where you can, take care of all their moving leads throughout the country, or if you're a phone company or an MSP, you may have other companies similar to this where you've been able to not only get the one opportunity, but this could be 25 opportunities. And the same with furniture. So if you have other clients, maybe you have an accounting firm or a consulting firm that has similar number of employees and similar number of locations, you want to talk about that when you leave the voicemail. So already I've got some great information. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for some other information on here, values and initiatives, leadership. There's a BGCA national partnership. They do pro bono work. Maybe that's something. They have a diversity and inclusion statement. So maybe that's something you're going to riff off of. Let's look at some other thing. Let's look at people. So if I go here to the people, and again, this is how much time it takes. You're talking about 60 seconds, 2 minutes. Okay, so this is the Tampa office. And right here on the people page, it says on one of their things, it's a news item, Foley attorneys named to 2022 Florida Super Lawyers and Rising Stars. Bingo. That is gold. Now, hopefully some of these folks are in the Tampa office. So if I scroll down, I see Jacksonville, Orlando. Here we go. Tampa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lawyers that were named as the 2022 Florida Super Lawyers. And then you have 2022 Florida Rising Stars. And again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other attorneys in this office that have been named Rising Stars or Super Attorneys. That's my goal. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to LinkedIn. Now, if you're based out of Florida, this is going to work better for you, but let's see what we come up with. If I look at Foley and Partners LLP, I'm based out of Philadelphia, so I have a disadvantage here. Look, I've got a partner where I've got a second connection with a partner. The second one, Peter Comey. He's the Chief Real Estate and Procurement Officer at Foley & Foley. I've got a second connection. I'm going to call the Wendover contact, but I'm also going to reach out to Peter Comey and say, hey, listen, I'm in the moving business or I'm in the phone business. Congratulations on this 2022 Super Lawyers. I understand you have 1,100 lawyers, 25 locations. We work with companies just like yours, and I'd love to talk to you about how we might be able to help you by centralizing the purchase of phones, furniture, MSP. So I've got some other ways to get into the company. If you're not using, if you use LinkedIn, and again, you're seeing how much time this takes, take a few minutes. I've just separated myself from anybody else that's going to cold call into this company. Chances are they're going to use the one and done approach. Your competition is just going to call and say, "Are you moving? I'm a mover, or I'm a phone company. I see that you're moving." Don't do that. It spooks them. Sometimes we find out, we'll call and they'll say, "We're possibly moving. Can't believe you just called. We got out of a meeting. We're discussing it." So it's foolish. Don't mention it. You don't have to. So here's what I do. So I would reach out to maybe a number of people on LinkedIn. And what I would do is I would just say, "Hey, congratulations on the super lawyer thing," or "I came across your company. I see that you have 1,100 lawyers in 25 locations. We have a number of companies very similar to yours. This is how we helped them out. Can you point me in the right direction? Or do you have any moves? Or do you have any new offices opening? Because I can supply you with phones or furniture, depending on what your service is." So now I'm ready to make the call into the company. Now, chances are I'm going to get a voicemail. Now, the voicemail, and if you get a live person on the phone, is very similar. So let's say I'm in the moving business. I'm going to call the company. I call the contact and I say, "Hi, can I speak to Joan?" Or I go through the voicemail to get to Joan. "No, Joan's not here. Would you like to leave a voicemail?" Yes. This is a golden opportunity for you to leave a 15-second commercial for yourself. Now, the goal is to get 6 or 7 touches with this company as soon as possible. So what I'm going to do is leave the following voicemail. Let's say I'm a mover. I'm going to do it 3 different ways so you get an idea. "Hi, Joan. This is Larry Dillon from Tampa Movers. Hey, congratulations. I saw that you had 6 lawyers on the Super 2022 Super Attorney list. I saw you also had 5 or 6 in the Rising Star category. Came across this, and I see that you're in 25 locations. We have other companies. We're working with consulting firms and some accounting firms that are very similar, and we've been able to help them with their moving services, storage, even if you just need a filing cabinet moved. I just wanted to let you know about our services. I'm going to send you an email that says moving services on it. And inside of there is going to be a list of the services that we provide. I also listed a couple other companies that are references that are very similar to yours. And I'm going to send you out that email. And you're done. If you get the person on the phone, you say the same thing. "Hey, congratulations. I came across your company. I see that you had 6 of your lawyers in the Tampa office right there who made the 2022 Florida Super Lawyers. And I noticed you have 1,100 lawyers in 25 locations. We work with companies like yours. We supply moving services, storage, even if you just need a file cabinet moved. I just wanted to reach out to you today to let you know next time you have any projects, we'd love the opportunity to show you how we could help you out." That's how you say it. If I was an MSP, I would say the same thing. "Hi, Joan. This is Larry Dillon from Tampa MSP. Just wanted to reach out to you. I saw that you had 6 attorneys that were Florida Super Lawyers. Congratulations on that. I noticed that you're in 25 locations. You got about 1,100 attorneys. We have a number of clients just like yours, and I thought I would just reach out to you and let you know the services that we can provide to you. We can do telephone services, data, voice and data. We also do network evaluation, data backup. I'm sending you an email, and on the front it says phone service, network service, and I listed all of the services that we provide. I also put in there a couple of references that we have or other companies like yours that we're currently doing business with. Again, my name is Larry Dillon from XYZ MSP. My phone number is this. Next time you're looking for phones or network, management, love the opportunity to show you how we could help you out. And that's it. Now, that's 2 touches because I left the voicemail and the email. Then I want to follow up a week later. Hey, Joan, it's Larry again. Just wanted to reach out to you. Just wanted to see if you got my email. Again, we do telephones, we do network services or moving services, whatever it is, just let them know. Let them know that you're a local company, whatever piece of information that would be useful. On the second email, if you can send them, an article, 5 mistakes. We have helpmovingoffice.com. There's articles in there that you could send them that talk about. We have like moving your office for dummies, buying a phone system for dummies, all kinds of articles if you don't have your own. It's best if you can make your own, especially 5 mistakes people make when they buy a phone system, 5 mistakes people make when they hire a mover, 5 mistakes people make when they buy office furniture. Hey, if you have any upcoming projects, I just thought you might find this useful. I just sent you another email that says moving services or phone services. All the services that we provide are in there. And then you want to do this sort of 3 times rapid fire, once a week for 3 weeks. If you actually talk to the person, you might follow up with another phone call and an email. If you talk to them, you can kind of gauge it. Should I call this person back 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now or a month from now? And your follow-up call might be, hey, you know what? I didn't mention to you, we also do record storage. We also provide friends and family discounts for any of your employees that might be moving, or, hey, we're running a special this month on a free network evaluation. So just figure out, what's your second and third phone call going to be. Now, for a company like this, because the opportunity is so large, and you got to start using direct mail. I would start sending out direct mail to this company immediately. I'm sure you have some postcards. Don't overthink it. Just make sure the postcard clearly states what you do, who you do it for, where you're located and what problem you solve, and your phone number and your email. But I would, for this especially, I would be sending these folks a postcard every week for the next 4 weeks. And if you do that, listen, that's going to put you in the top 1/10 of 1% of marketers. You've just outmarketed, like I said, over 99% of your competition if you just follow those simple steps. And listen, if you leave a voicemail, that is moving the ball down the football field. If you send them an email that explains clearly what you do, that moves the ball 10 yards down the field. You leave another voicemail, you send them some free information about moving your office or record storage or, any kind of evaluation or office furniture. You want to keep in touch with these people. Remember, if you talk to them directly, there's an 80 to 90% chance if you just call and just show up and throw up, by just saying, are you moving your office? You're going to get a false negative. And now you've made the biggest mistake in sales, because now you're trapped. There's nowhere to go. So you never want to ask, basic sales 101, telemarketing, inside sales 101. Never, ever ask a yes, no question. Because if the no shuts the door, then now you've just shut yourself out. So just leave it open-ended. The best is you set the stage so that they can tell you that they're moving. And let's look at it from their perspective. If they're looking for a mover or furniture or a new telecom system, and you've left them 3 emails, and you've sent them 3 voicemails, and they're getting postcards from you, Let me ask you a question. When it finally comes time for them where they're like, oh, shoot, I need a phone system, who do you think is going to be number one in their mind? Because I'm telling you, most companies will make one phone call. They'll do it terribly. They'll be like, are you moving your office? I know you're moving your office, or I was told you're moving your office. And they're like, no, because they just want to get you off the phone. Uh, versus you, hey, just wanted to introduce myself. Congratulations on your success. You've just annihilated the competition. And often you didn't even talk to anyone. But every time you leave a voicemail, you're moving the ball down the field. Every time you send him an email, you're moving the ball down the field. Every time you send him a direct mail, you just move the ball 25 yards down the field. So that's the proper way and the wrong way to work the lead. So let me just recap. Never, ever, ever ask them if they're moving. Never, ever tell them that you know they're moving. Always lead in with, you just want that touch. That first call is almost a throwaway unless you're really, really good, which again, out of the 10,000 sales reps over the last 30 years and 3 different continents, 5 different countries, I only know 10 people that can make that happen right out of the chute. They will lie to you. They will lie to you. There's an 80 to 90% chance if you're the bull in the china shop, they're going to lie to you. So the smart money is that first phone call, that first conversation, that first voicemail is a throwaway. But if I just set it up like, hey, just love the opportunity. We've worked with companies like yours. Hey, congratulations on this. Congratulations on that. You've completely separated yourself. And it's easy. The voicemail becomes your friend because that becomes that commercial. So you get 6, 7 touches to that person. You send them direct mail, get them on the direct mail list for a month or two, like every week or every 2 weeks. When it comes time, when they're in that moving process and everybody decides when the customer decides when they want to talk to a mover, you don't. And customers, as you know, will look towards getting a quote at different times. But if you do that, if you leave those 6 or 7 touches, when it comes time for them, like, oh, I need a phone system, who's going to be number one on their mind? Furniture, same thing. Who's going to be number one on their mind? So that's the right way, and the wrong way to do that. Just do those touches. It takes minutes to make it happen. And you will find gems like this where it's a possibly an ongoing opportunity, a massive opportunity. So good luck with everything. Again, my name is Larry Dillon. I'm the CEO of Wendover and Insight PRM. And happy sailing. And also, if you have any questions or comments, just send them to me. You can send it to Larry@insightprm.com. And good luck.